All right, y'all, it's Monday. It's time to help the people. And forgive me for shining. It's the sunlight, and I don't know what to do about it. So last week, one of my viewers wrote in and asked me to do a talk on bullying. Now, I'll just do a disclaimer that as a person who has neither been bullied or bullied anyone else, you may have to do your best eating of the meat and spitting out of the bones on this one. Y'all do that anyway, though. Now, I believe the person that wrote me was talking about bullying relative to children in school and things like that. But it's important to first understand that bullying comes in many different forms. So, yes, we do have traditional bullies like the kids on the playground, but bullies can also be bosses, co-workers, spouses, parents. You also have cyberbullying, which some people will argue that that's not a real thing, but it is. And so this is where we need to have a working definition of bullying. And I don't even need Webster for this one. I'm going to just tell you what it is. Bullying is when you intentionally harass and intimidate someone, whether it's to get something from them or just to have control over them or just for the sole purpose of making them miserable. You are especially a bully if you have some kind of advantage over your victim, such as position or authority or even physical strength. So we're going to very quickly go over some ways to deal with bullying because it definitely needs to be dealt with. You owe it to yourself to not allow yourself to be bullied. The first thing you have to understand about bullies is that they are miserable in some capacity. Either they ugly or they going through something or they want what you got. Even online, you notice the people on there that say the most horrific things never have a profile picture? Ugly. But the thing about misery that we all know is that it loves company. And that's why they've set their sights on you and making you miserable. But I tell you what, the last thing I'm going to do is allow some wide back, long tooth, stangy ponytail individual to add to my misery. So the first thing you need to do when dealing with a bully is tell. Okay, I don't care if they call you a snitch, a trick, whatever. You tell. Now, if we're talking about a kid or somebody that's young and still in the school system, tell your teacher, tell the principal, tell your mama, and keep on telling until somebody takes you seriously. And even if it's a work situation, if you feel like you're being bullied, tell. And you keep on telling. Let me tell you something. There ain't nobody in a whole entire company whose head you can't go over. I don't care if you work at McDonald's and it's your big supervisor that's giving you a hard time. You just keep on going right on up the ranks until you get to Ronald McDonald himself. Eventually, somebody will be able to do something. Now, for the kids, learn how to roast. Parents, you have a responsibility to teach these children how to roast. Let me tell you something. A bully hates to be embarrassed. All you got to do is flame them up one good time, and they ain't trying to see you no more. Next, you got to have your receipts in order. I'm talking about keep good records of any time you have a run-in with said bully. I'm talking dates, times, and what was done. Also, you want to report every single instance. Even if, nobody does anything, you still want to get you a good paper trail going in the event that something goes down. Finally, and I pray that it never comes to this, but in the worst case, and as a last resort, God gave you two hands and you might have to use them. Like, if you've ever seen A Christmas Story, you may have to go full-on Ralphie on somebody. So you have to use your good judgment on that one. I cannot, in an official capacity, condone violence. But self-defense is a real thing, so take that and do what you will with it. Finally, if you're dealing with cyberbullying, that's any form of abuse or harassment that's happening online. A wise man once said, the block is hot. Those delete, block, and report buttons are your friends. You mess around and get the whole account shut down if you want to. And, take a break from social media if you feel like that's what you need to do for you. So I'm done. I hope that helps. As always, govern yourselves and just know that if a bunch of your friends get together to tell you about yourself, that is not bullying. It's called an intervention. Thank them.